Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and welcome to another music collection update video. This is going to be another one of those music collection updates where it's going to be sectioned off. There's going to be a collection update in terms of my music collection, and then after that, I'm going to show off quite a few other things that I got that aren't really music related, but still very interesting nonetheless. Yeah, with that, let's begin. So first off, also I want to say sorry I haven't been uploading the past few days. I've been busy, especially like the last 3, because I've been at a convention with one of my friends the last couple of days. So again, sorry if I haven't uploaded in a while. Anyway, getting back to the update video. So the first album for my stuff that I've got recently, music related stuff, is the album Let Us Pray by Vital Remains. This is a death metal band that up until recently I didn't even, I didn't really know of. Yeah, I mean, I did sort of, look them up, and apparently these guys are still, making new music and stuff. This is their debut album. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. The thing that, of course, got my attention is the really cool cover art. I have listened to it already, and I am planning to do a review of this album sometime very soon. But yeah, there's that, and then there's the back. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, the next album is called, hold on, Dominion Abyssal Visions, by the band Val Raukr. I don't know. The band name I don't really know how to pronounce. There's the logo up there, but also the font, somewhat regular font, is on the side. But even then, I don't know how to pronounce the band's name. I guess I'll just spell it out. Valauraukar. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to properly pronounce this name. But it looks pretty cool. Kind of looks like a black metal album. It's either black metal or death metal, but either way, it should be very cool. I'm really excited to listen to this one. Also reminds me, the cover art reminds me of like cover art from an Inquisition album. And Inquisition, has some really cool cover arts. Actually, this kind of reminds me of some, the artwork style of some of their later albums. But yeah, there's that. Alright. Next up is another one that I already have listened to recently, and am planning to do a review on this one as well soon. And that's the album Only the Ruthless Remain by the band Skinless. Pretty cool death metal band. I don't know which album this is in terms of where it sits in their discography. Yeah, I mean, another one of those, more modern death metal bands that, aren't really that well known, but are still really good nonetheless. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. This artwork, I don't know, it just gives me Doom vibes. Like, just not like the overall layout, the hellscape just reminds me of like something from, the Doom games. It looks really, really cool. Alright, next up is an EP, and it's called Funeral Harvest. Sorry, the title of the EP is actually on the back. And it's by the band, Gosh, this is another band name I don't know how to pronounce. Uh, Corin J. What? Corin Eiger. Corin Eiger? I don't know. There's the band name. Again, just like with one of the other ones I just showed, the one before the last one, don't know how to pronounce the band's name. But yeah, pretty interesting. Can't wait to listen to this one. Alright, now I got the music collection portion out of the way. There's one other thing that's music related that I will show, and then I'll get to the other stuff. And that other thing is this really cool Cannibal Corpse shirt. Now, I don't recognize the artwork. It's definitely not from any of their studio albums. And I don't think this was the artwork for the one live album. I don't know. I don't know what this artwork is from. It could possibly be from one of their early demos. I don't know. But yeah, it still looks really cool. Just don't really know where this artwork comes from. But yeah, there's that. Alright. Now the second portion of this video. Like I mentioned, I've been busy because I have been, at a convention with one of my friends the last couple of days. So again, that's why I haven't really been uploading videos. But yeah, I'm done with this music portion of this update. But I really am excited to show off the things I've got from the convention I went to. And the first couple of things are some really cool movie posters. First up is the movie poster for the original 1954 Gojira. Yeah, I actually have a t-shirt with this artwork on it. It looks really cool. And then also I really like how, like, it just really shows the height of Godzilla, where they have the people at the bottom here. Yeah, it's not, like, 100% properly proportioned, I don't think, but it just like, I just like how, like, they're, like, very small at the bottom here, where so it makes Godzilla look super tall, And speaking of this movie, one of the main things that I love about it, I know I'm getting off topic a bit, but one of the main things I love about the first Godzilla movie is, like, unlike other Godzilla, or like unlike some other Godzilla movies, I should say, they did a really good job at portraying the immense height of Godzilla, with really low camera angles and stuff. That kind of reflects with the poster, with the size comparison of Godzilla compared to the characters. Yeah, really cool artwork. One of the most classic, album artworks in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely love it. Alright. Next up is another Godzilla artwork. This one I don't really remember what movie this one was from. I think it's either Destroy All Monsters or All Monsters Attack. One of those two. But yeah, it's from one of the Godzilla movies from the Showa era. Again, I don't know exactly which one. I don't think I've ever seen this particular artwork before. But apparently it is, it definitely looks like something from the Showa era. But yeah, it looks really cool. You got a bunch of different monsters. Oh, this has to be from Destroy All Monsters, because Kumonga's in there. And Kumonga was only ever, featured in Godzilla Final Wars and Destroy All Monsters. That spider creature right there. Oh. Oops, apparently the plastic sleeve is torn. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna put it up on my wall anyway, so it doesn't really need the plastic sleeve. Pretty much with the rest I'm gonna hang up, so again, they aren't gonna be in the sleeves for far too long. Anyway, but yeah, just another great Godzilla artwork, for the, one of the more, classic posters for the, the Showa era, which I, kind of nicknamed the classic era, because that is where, the more classic Godzilla movies are from. But yeah, it looks really cool. Alright. Next up is another Godzilla movie poster. I got a bunch. I got a bunch of these. This one is from Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. Um, this now I am familiar with that movie poster. This doesn't look like the main poster artwork. It's slightly different. Uh, uh, it's more like a actual like a painting rather than this, which is pretty much a screenshot from the movie. So I don't know if this is an alternate version of the movie poster or something, or I don't know. All I know is that it's not the main poster art, but it definitely looks like it's some kind of like alternative slash variant movie poster. In terms of the Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. This is from the not Showa era, the Heisei era, which I'm not all too familiar with. I do have a few Godzilla movies from the Heisei era, but I'm more familiar with the Showa era and the Millennium era of the Godzilla franchise. But yeah, it looks really cool. Alright, next up is a poster for one of my favorite Godzilla movies, and that is Godzilla 2000. Again, not the main poster art. I don't think this is even this is not even an artwork variant of the poster. This is just pretty much what the cover of the movie was. Again, most of these other artworks are like actual theatrical movie poster arts, whereas something like this is more just the artwork for the actual like home video release. But yeah, it looks really cool. Definitely again shows off the just grand scale of how immensely tall Godzilla is. You know, compared to the warships here and the fighter planes. Right here. But yeah, really cool. All right. Last of the Godzilla movie posters. This is Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, which is one of the most underrated Godzilla movies. Yeah, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is actually one of my favorites. Probably up there in my top 5 in terms of movies from the Millennium era. Yeah, it looks really cool. Even like the font they chose for the actual title, like it has a lot like it's not Godzilla, but like in terms of the actual Megaguirus, actual like lettering here. Of course, Godzilla's symbols are pretty much the same. A little bit more shiny on this one, but as for Megaguirus' name right here, I like the font that they chose. It's like very sharp, kind of like how Megaguirus' hide is. He's just a lot of like sharp points on his like scales or skin or whatever, and that reflects also in the just the name of Megaguirus in terms of the font they chose. Really cool. Alright, now we're moving on to some other movie posters that aren't Godzilla movie posters. First up, there's actually 2 Tales from the Crypt ones. The first one is the poster for Demon Knight. Still need to get that movie. I've seen it multiple times, but unfortunately never had the opportunity to ever actually buy it. Definitely still gonna buy it at some point though. But yeah, Demon Knight, really cool. I wouldn't say it was my favorite Tales from the Crypt movie. In terms of the movies, I'd say the one from the 70s that came before the TV show is my favorite Tales from the Crypt movie. But this is pretty much a close second. That one's good. This one's second favorite, but still great. I also really like. One of my favorite things of the font they chose for the actual movie title is the little symbol right here in the O of Demon. As you can see, there's a bunch of stars right there. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet, But this little symbol is actually pretty important for the movie, for the plot. But yeah, really, really cool. Alright, next one. Next one is another Tales from the Crypt one. This isn't like movie poster art, technically speaking. This is just it's not even like the a quote unquote official art. This is done by an independent artist, but it looks really really cool, as you can see here. Now this one I think this might be from one of the early episodes. I remember at one point the Crypt Keeper had this particular getup on during one of the segments, but I can't remember what episode it was from. But you can see he has this little like a tuxedo on. But yeah, really really cool artwork. I especially love the grim detail and all the rips and tears in his muscles and flesh. Yeah, very detailed, very cool. Alright. Alright, next up is the final movie poster. And that is my favorite movie poster art of all time, and that is the movie poster for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Out of any movie poster, this is my favorite. Just the artwork is so damn good and so imaginative. Like, I love how, like, they have, the Nightmare on Elm Street, the classic, Nancy Thompson house right there, even though it's not in the actual movie. The closest thing is, well, I mean, it is in the movie, but it's in a dream sequence. But in terms of, them actually going to it out of the dream world, it's not there. But, I guess it makes sense, again, because it was shown in the dream sequences. And I also love just the background of the dark blue and black clouds. And then up top here you get, a giant Freddy Krueger head with the bladed gloves. And then the Dream Warrior characters are balancing on the blades right there. Looks really, really cool. Alright. There's only a few more things left. Another thing I got from the convention that I went to is autographed illustration. Yeah, I went to what was it called? It was my first time going to this particular convention. Oh, Anime Midwest. That was called. Anime Midwest is the one that I went to. And yeah, I got one of my favorite animes of all time is Soul Eater. And I got this illustration signed by the voice actor of my favorite character from the show. It's called Professor Stein. Kind of based off, I guess, somewhat based off of the Dr. Frankenstein character. Yeah, really, really cool. Great anime, by the way. But yeah, I got the voice actor's autograph. Alright. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more things. First up is Ghost Stories. Now, there are 2 different versions of this anime. There's the Japanese version, which is pretty much straight up horror. And then there's the English version, which is more of a horror comedy, which I do prefer that one, mainly because the comedy comes from the hilarious dialogue between between the main characters. Yeah, very funny, but also extremely scary in parts. The only unfortunate thing about this is that for whatever reason, the English version is very poorly distributed, so it's extremely hard to find. Again, I just got lucky this time. Like, I've been to multiple other conventions, and that, there are different booths. The other one that I went to was Con Alt Elite, which is, just multiple pulp culture, related stuff. They do have a few booths with, anime as well as, but that's, they're not specialized in that. It's like everything else. But in terms of Anime Midwest, it is mostly anime related. But even then, I was surprised that they had this. Again, for whatever reason, the English version is very poorly distributed. But yeah, definitely recommended. Super scary and also super funny at times. Really cool. The next three are ones I've never heard of before that I just got that because they seem really cool. Can't wait to watch these ones. First one is called Hells. It looks really cool. I really like how uh, uh, I don't know. At first, I thought it was just stylized cover art, but the more I look at it, they do seem also like screenshots from the actual anime itself. So it looks like it has more of a comic book style to it, which looks really cool. Um, yeah, I don't know pretty much anything about this one, but it looks really cool. Um, all right, next one is one I have heard of before, but never actually have seen yet. But I have heard so much good things about this one. And that's Vampire Hunter D. Again, I've heard so many people talk about how good this is. So hopefully the hype isn't false. Hopefully it is an actually good one. And hopefully it's not just some overrated thing. But yeah, there's that. And then the last thing is of course another one I haven't heard of before, and that's Trinity Blood. Apparently, according to my sister, it's actually really good. So hopefully it is. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Yes, this was a little bit longer because I did have, a ton of stuff to show. Again, I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded in the past few days, but again, it was because, I was very busy with, going to the convention, throughout the last couple of days. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.